it is time for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. On today's episode, we will take a look at Iran's roster and preview the showdown with England. You know the deal, and you know what time it is. It's time for Team Melli Talk. The preparation continues for Carlos Queiroz and Team Melli. Hey everyone, welcome back to Team Melli Talk. According to reports, Iran was defeated 2-0 by Tunisia in an unofficial friendly match in Qatar that was played behind closed doors. This match also was not televised, therefore we have no highlights to show. All national teams were required to submit a roster that contained a maximum of 26 players. Well, for some reason, the national team of Iran decided to bring 25 players to the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Why? Well, I don't know. That's a good question. But be that as it may, let's take a look at Iran's roster. Starting with the goalkeepers, Alireza Behranvand, Amirhossein, Hosseinzadeh, and Payam Niazmand. Now for the center backs, Mortaza Pourali Ganji, Hossein Kanani, Shoja Khaliazadeh, Majid Hosseini. Next for the wingbacks, Ehsan Hajsafi, Milad Mohammadi, Abul Fazl Jalali, Ramin Rezaian, Sadegh Moharrami. Next for the midfielders, Saeed Izzatullahi, Ahmad Nurullahi, Ali Karimi, Ruzbeh Cheshmi. In a previous edition of Team Melli Talk, Ruzbeh Cheshmi was listed as a center back, but let's not forget he is also able to play as a defensive midfielder. He started in that position in the friendly match victory over Nicaragua. Next for the wingers / attacking midfielders, Ali Reza Jakhanbash, Saman Godus, Ali Golizadeh, Mehdi Torabi, Vahid Amiri. Last but not least, the forwards, Sardar Azmoun, Mehdi Taremi, Karim Ansari Fard. I'm obviously surprised by Carlos Queiroz's decision to bring 4 goalkeepers because, it would have made more sense to bring Shahab Zahedi or Amirhossein Hosseinzadeh. When looking at this list of players, one of the surprises has got to be left back Abul Fazl Jalali. But I must say that I am happy to see him on the list. I like the way he plays, and he has earned his spot on Team Melli. When talking about the midfielders, I have to wonder if it's possible for Ali Karimi to return to the starting lineup for Iran. As we know, the Iranian midfield has been shaky at times. Therefore, it's not inconceivable to think that maybe Ali Karimi could return to the starting lineup. As for the goalkeepers, there are 2 camps of Team Melli fans. One camp supports Alireza Behranvand to be the number 1 keeper for Iran. The other camp supports Amirhossein. But from my point of view, nothing has changed. I still believe that Alireza Behranvand is the best keeper on Team Melli, and I would like to see him starting when Iran faces England. Iran and England have never met in a friendly or competitive match. But let's take a look at the English squad that will be in Qatar. This is a team that will be tough to beat, dangerous players at every position. There are plenty of players to watch on the English national team. Let's start with the defenders. Kyle Walker, John Stones, Harry Maguire, and Luke Shaw. Walker and Stones play for Manchester City, while Maguire and Shaw play for Manchester United. Yes, this will be a tough backline to break down. Next, the players who hardly need any kind of introduction, Mason Mount and Raheem Sterling of Chelsea, and of course, striker and captain Harry Kane of Tottenham. Kane has scored 51 times in 75 appearances for England. The Iranian defenders will have to be physical and take away as much space as possible from the tall striker. Now we look at England's young superstars, Jude Bellingham of Borussia Dortmund, Bukayo Saka of Arsenal, and Phil Foden of Manchester City. England has experience on its roster and these young superstars who will be hard to contain. Head coach Gareth Southgate has got to be feeling optimistic, and let's not forget that he led England to a 3rd place finish at the 2018 World Cup and a 2nd place finish at Euro 2020. We now come to the keys to victory for Iran. And yes, I think some football experts will think that I'm wasting my time, but nonetheless, let's take a look at my keys to victory. Number 1, park the bus. Number 2, defend like there is no tomorrow. Team Melli fans may think I am being harsh, but in all honesty, if Iran's going to have any chance of scoring a goal against England, it's got to come against a counterattack. Now, do I think it's possible for Iran to score against England on a set piece? Yes, I do, but it won't be very easy because it'll be tough to match the physicality of the English footballers. Now for my projected starting lineup, I am predicting that Iran will alternate from a 5-4-1 formation to a 4-3-3 formation depending on how things go against England. I can see Iran using 3 center backs in Kanani, Cheshmi, and Hosseinzadeh in a 5-4-1 formation and moving Cheshmi to a defensive midfield role in a 4-3-3 formation. With this lineup, it would make sense for Iran to stay compact and take away as much space as possible from England. Now what about you? What formation do you think Iran should use against England? Leave a comment down below. Always look forward to getting your input. There have been some good memories for Iran in Qatar over the years. Now let's take a look at the actual numbers. Out of 19 competitive matches in Qatar, Iran has 10 wins, 2 draws, and 7 losses. But things didn't go so well for Iran in the final round of 1994 World Cup qualifying. Ironically, all of these matches were played at the Khalifa International Stadium in Qatar, which is the same venue that will host Iran and England on November 21st. Iran's last competitive match at the Khalifa International Stadium ended in a 4-3 loss to Saudi Arabia. When the World Cup draw took place, it came as no surprise to me that the football experts picked Iran to finish last in Group B. But let's not forget that this World Cup is being played in Qatar, which is basically Iran's backyard. And Iran may be weaker than England, Wales, and the United States on paper, but having a home field advantage can make a huge difference. Having said all that, it is time to cheer Team Melli to the second round of the World Cup for the first time ever. Are you ready?